Hello and welcome. This is class number 14 of Decoding PSIR through answer writing, an initiative where we are trying to simplify PSIR answer writing for you. And how do we do that? In every class that we have on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 4 p.m., we take up a previous year question based on theory, discuss that topic in detail, try and understand that topic and then try to write the answer. That is what we are doing, and I really hope it has been helpful for all those who have taken PSIR as an optional or who plan to take PSIR as an optional subject. To help them even further, we are now launching our comprehensive course for PSIR that I will be taking. It is a live online course where we will be covering entire syllabus of PSIR in about 350 hours. So it's going to be about 4.5 months of classes. These will be live online classes. Where will they be held? I have made an Android app specifically for this. I am giving the link of the Android app in the description of the video. In the app, you will be able to watch live classes, even watch the recorded classes. If you have missed out, you can download the classes as well. They will stay inside your app. You can give tests. A lot of the other features will be on that app. The course starts from 24th of June. And again, as I said, this should go on by about 4.5 months or so. We'll have 5 classes a week, Monday to Friday from 12 to 3. In case you have any doubts, any questions about this, please feel free to email or call or WhatsApp. This is the contact detail given right here. I'll be happy to resolve any doubts that you have. Now let's see what is it that we have for today. This is the question that we are taking up. Now I have said this multiple times earlier as well. If you look at the theory part, in PSIR, a lot of theory-based questions keep on getting repeated. And this is one of those questions. The question on the topic of decline of political theory. Decline of political theory, as I said, is one of those topics from where you get a lot of questions year after year. And these are very, very similar. As you can see, these are exactly the same questions, not even a word's difference. Same was asked in 2023, same was asked in 2018. Both the times it was a 150 words, so short note question of 10 marks. So exactly the same. So there are these kind of topics that keep on getting repeated time and time again, and this time around, as you can see, not even a single word has been changed. So what exactly is the decline of political theory? Let's try and understand this. So let's first try and understand what is political theory. So political theory, the study of politics, different political systems are studied by scientists. Now it's a very old discipline. However, there have been many changes that have occurred. I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say there is a country in which people don't come out to vote. Whatever the government does, the voting percentage remains 20, 30, 35%, not more than that. So the government will ask political scientists to undertake a study and to understand the politics. Why is it that people are not coming out to vote? What is the problem here? This is, again, I'm not saying this is the exact example, but this is how political scientists basically do research of different political systems. That why is it a specific society behaves in a way that they do, what changes can be made, how to make this better. That studies political theory. Now, there are different ways to study political theory and different ideas that many scientists have. There are two main approaches. First, based on fact, and second is based on value. Let's first try and understand the difference. Fact is something that you can measure. For example, as I said, right now, let's say this year only 25% people came out to vote. If next year 50% people come out to vote, you will say, oh, great, democracy has won, right? Because more people are coming out to vote. So in a fact-based study, what are you doing? You are only comparing facts or only comparing numbers, nothing more than that. On the other hand, value-based approach is where you focus on things that cannot be measured. For example, justice, equality. Now, when you say there is justice in the society, what do you exactly mean? You can't really measure it. There is no way of measuring what is justice. Does the society have more justice? Does it have lesser justice? There is no way to measure that. Similar is the case with equality. How do you say the country is more equal now, it was less equal earlier? These are all relative terms. So this is value based. When this political theory as a discipline first began, The political scientists were mainly concerned with the value-based thing, that they were focusing on how to improve justice in the society, how to improve equality, how to have more fraternity, etc., etc. Then there came a time when it was thought that these things cannot be measured. Since they cannot be measured, how can you be sure country is more equal as compared to earlier? So the focus shifted on measuring facts. Focus shifted on, let's measure how much is a voter percentage turnout. Let's measure how many cases are resolved by the court in one day. Let's measure how many people have come out of poverty. So it became a very fact-based approach. When it became fact-based approach, this is when some political scientists started to say that now it has become problematic, because again, numbers don't tell the entire story. If you want to understand the entire story, if you want to understand how these things work, if you want to have a better country politically, there is much more than numbers, and you can't just focus on the numbers alone. And this is where there was a debate started, that is it the end of political theory? Is it a decline of political theory? Many people even called it the death of political theory. Again, death of political theory was why? Because they were focusing too much on facts. It became a very factual subject rather than focusing on values. Values, principles, etc. were not the focus, and it focused much more on facts, and that is why it became problematic. And this is when started the debate that is it now decline of political theory. Many people have supported this idea, but the one that is most famous for supporting this idea that political theory has declined is David Easton. In 1951, he said, political theory today is interested primarily in the history of ideas, and ever-increasing role of historians is the major cause of decline of political theory. So basically he said, one of the reasons why political theory is declining is because we are focusing too much on history. We are thinking that history will repeat itself. We are learning only from history. We are thinking that if this happened in history, it will happen again. That is not correct. If 100 years ago something happened, doesn't mean it will happen again. The society changes, people change, the thinking of the people change. So you cannot depend upon history. There were other people as well. Alfred Cobbin, Dante Germino, all of them said that dependence on facts has become excessive, and we have not connected facts with theory. We are just focusing on facts, just focusing on numbers. That has led to the decline of political theory. David Easton mainly gave these 4 reasons for decline of political theory. First, historicism, as I told you, too much dependence on history. Just trying to learn from history, thinking whatever has happened in history will happen again. That is not the way forward. New societies, emerging societies may behave differently. Moral relativism means basically morality or moral values can be different for different people, and that is what we have to focus on. Meaning that facts alone cannot give us the entire picture. Just because more people have come out to vote doesn't mean that people are happy. It may be that people have come out to vote by force. It may be that people have been forced to come out. Maybe the government has put some restrictions, made it compulsory for them. So you can't just focus there. Hyperfactualism again means too much fact based or too many facts and not relating facts to values. Positivism. Positivism basically means believing only those things that can be scientifically proven. Means only things that can be scientifically proven. Those are considered as real facts, others are not facts. Now this is again problematic because values such as justice, equality, democracy, they can't be measured. How do you measure them? How do you scientifically prove them? How do you say that I am more happy now? But that cannot be scientifically proven. So these are the problems as per David Easton, because of which political theory has been in a decline. And again his views, those 4 points can be expanded here, where he talked about how too much focusing on facts has led to this problem. If you remember, we had discussed, David Easton gave a solution to this also. His solution was the post-behavioral approach. Remember, we have discussed about post-behavioral approach in one of the videos of this series itself. in which he suggested that the focus should be both on facts and values. You cannot ignore one over the other. Both of them have to be taken together. The fact value dichotomy can be solved only when both of these are given equal attention. That was his post behavioral approach that he came out with. So that was David Easton. As I said, he launched his post behavioral revolution 1969. The idea was to combine fact and values and insisted that scientific investigation should enable contemporary society to move over the prevailing crisis. This is what you needed to know. It's good enough for you to write a short note answer, 10 marks, 150 words. Again, this was the question asked repeatedly by UPSC. It was asked earlier as well. I'm just taking the recent years. Before 2018 also it has been asked. How do you write an answer? We can write an answer like this. Political theory indicates we'll first define what political theory is and when did its decline start. Mainly after the Second World War, when there were expectations from the scientists to give solutions to how to bring or build a better political system. At that time, solutions were not really given. It was just a fact-based approach. While other disciplines like sociology, psychology, etc., they adopted methods of modern science. Political science was dominated by traditional methods only, and that is why it needed to change. And that is why there was this debate that maybe it is a decline of political theory. And then you have to give examples of David Easton, how he came up with his post-behavioral approach, and how it has helped political science or political theory as a domain to revive itself. That is how you can write a short note answer, and this is the answer that I have given you here as well. This was our class for today. Again, reminding you the PSIR comprehensive course starts on the 24th of June. All the details are in the poster. If you have to know anything else, you are free to call, WhatsApp or email on the given details. I will be giving the link of the app also in the description of the video. You can download the app, you can purchase the course from there, and you can attend the live classes there itself. If you missed out on any of the earlier classes, I am giving the link of the playlist also in the description. You can watch that and make sure that you're up to date with those. Thank you so much. I'll see you on Friday. Bye bye. Jai Hind.